There are new hopes for a ceasefire in Gaza after Hamas claims it has a, quote, positive response to a proposal for a 60-day ceasefire with Israel in Gaza. Stephanie Bennett is live with the latest. Hello, Stephanie.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, well, the proposal, as well as the 60 ceasefire, also includes the release of all the remaining hostages. Now, it was presented by President Donald Trump, who has been pushing this hard to make a deal, especially ahead of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's visit to the White House next week.
I think they're going to be positive about it. We have to get it over with. Hamas we have to get it over with. We have to do something about Gaza. We've been doing it. You know, we're sending a lot of aid, a lot of money and a lot of aid.
Security official told Reuters that Egypt, who, along with Qatar, Tel Aviv, families gathered outside the U.S. Embassy on the 4th of July, urging for both sides to make a deal.
We are in an historic window of opportunity. The leader who achieved a ceasefire with Iran can also deliver the deal of all deals in Gaza. Please don't let this opportunity slip away.
Meanwhile, Israeli airstrikes killed more than a dozen in Gaza yesterday, and new this afternoon, the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation said 2 American aid workers have suffered non-life-threatening injuries, said in a statement that they are in stable condition. President Trump said last week that he will be very firm with Benjamin Netanyahu and for the need for a speedy ceasefire when the pair meet next week. Mike.
Stephanie Bennett reporting live. Stephanie, thanks a lot. For more on this, let's bring in Fox News contributor and former CIA station chief Dan Hoffman. Dan, welcome.
Welcome. Good to see you.
So Hamas says it had a, quote, positive response to a 60-day ceasefire deal with Israel. What's your assessment of that?
Well, it's certainly possible that we'll get a 60-day ceasefire, Mike, but the long-term contentious issues remain. Hamas wants Israel out of Gaza. They want Israeli military to withdraw fully, and they want a permanent ceasefire. Israel has decapitated Hamas leadership and severely degraded Hamas military capabilities, but not to the point where I think Israel is comfortable leaving Gaza. After, what sort of a governing body takes over in Gaza? Irreconcilable Hamas terrorists and their supporters, and the bulk of the civilian population, which has been suffering.
President Trump met privately with the Saudi defense minister this week, which was kept very quiet. Let's play it.
They congratulated us on the incredible attack on Iran. It was an attack on something that you can't have, the nuclear facility. It's been proven now that it's been totally obliterated. If they wanted to start, they couldn't start there.
Well, look, we're in a critical time right now in our relationship in the Middle East, our relationships in the Middle East, and I'm sure that the president and the Saudi defense minister were discussing Gaza as well as Iran. The Saudi government has been very concerned about Iran's nuclear program, their support to proxy terrorists, as well as their ballistic missile program. The United States and Israel have done a lot to severely degrade Iran's military capabilities. The question is where we go from here. We're still waiting on the battle damage assessment, the disposition of the roughly 900 pounds of enriched uranium, and I'm sure we'll see that in the coming days. That will inform the Trump administration on future steps.